fuck her in the pussy. Oh, I can't really show you. I'm sipping because I need liquor for this video. I decided that I was going to finally do a video on... Damn, why'd I push this shit in so deep? That's what she said. Of what happened between, I guess me and my ex, or my ex, what do we call her? What are we calling her? We calling her the ex, or we calling her, okay, I got it open. I think I'm probably going to be all over the place with this video. I'm not going to do any editing because honestly, whatever comes, comes. I really don't feel like looking at this shit more than once, to be honest with you. So, yeah, everybody already knows, like, mostly everybody who followed me for, like, and has been following me from the beginning. So you kind of, a lot of people don't really know my ex before my ex. So those of you who are wondering what happened with the Gemini bitch, stay tuned for another video for that, because bitch, I'm really not good at like doing like videos and updating you guys. I'm really not good at shit when it comes to like doing videos in general, like. But I'm gonna get better at it. Anyways, I got my little sippy and I got my little spready. Anyways, so yeah, I really don't know where to start. I guess we'll just start at like the basics. Last you probably seen me, I was with what the fuck do y'all know her as? Chase. Yeah, I was with Chase. And forgive me because I've already been sipping actually, and I'm actually gonna roll a blunt while I do this, because for some fucking reason talking about like fucking relationships is a doozy. It's making me anxious. Anyways, so, and I really don't want to do this video, but I feel like I told you guys I was gonna do this video over and over again, and I just never did it. So I owe it to you to at least like update you, because a lot of y'all have been supporting me, and it's just not fair that like I went MIA and didn't really tell you anything that I got going on. Like, it's just not fair. So yeah. Anyways, y'all know I was like head over heels for this shorty. Y'all already seen like me with the TikTok videos. If you don't know, then I don't really know what to say, but most of you do know. So yeah, so pretty much, I mean, we like, the thing about it, we looked really good. Like, we looked great, you know? Even on paper, we looked really good. Like, our resume, Poppington. Like, we could have got any fucking job we needed, right? As a unit. But behind closed doors, baby Gizzy, it was just, it was toxic. It was toxic as fuck. Like, neither one of us was genuinely happy. I don't know why it took me so much to get that out, but like, I know I wasn't, and I'm only gonna speak for myself, and I'm only gonna speak for like what I was told from her mouth. You know, I'm not gonna throw assumptions out there, and I'm not gonna put words in her mouth that she didn't really say or feel, but I am gonna say like she told me that she wasn't happy. And so, you know, I'm gonna start at the very beginning of our relationship on how it all started, to see if it maybe if it makes sense, because I could be the one that was at fault. She could be the one that it was at fault, but I feel like both of us played a part in having like being at fault so many times that it made us inevitably want to walk away from each other. You feel what I'm saying? So when I first met her, I was on Facebook Live, and I'm sorry, hold on. When I first met her, I was on Facebook Live, and I was really like just sipping. I don't want to say I didn't notice her, but like, you know, she just like in the comments, you know, just like all these other bitches be in the comments. She talking about flying me out, woo, all this extra shit. Her and another bitch wound up having a little like friendly argument. You know, nobody really was seriously arguing in the comments, but they was going back and forth like, oh, some bitch was saying like, oh, I was her girlfriend and shit. So Shorty was like, I'm gonna fly her out, like whatever. It wasn't even that serious, just friendly shit. So she stood out to me because she was like, I'm gonna fly you out. And then she had like, you know, her little tit for tat with the little bitch or whatever. So she stood out. Anyway, needless to say, we wanted to exchange it. Like, she slid in my DMs, we exchanged numbers. And at this time, I was still fucking with my ex at the time. Like, I was fucking with this Gemini bitch. She was my ex. And I was still like fucking her. Like, when I mean like fucking with her, I was still fucking her. Like, we weren't together. She was doing her own thing, I was doing my own thing. But like at the same time, like, she still needed a nigga, so she would pull up when she wanted her clothes washed, or she needed to be fed, or, you know, she needed some fucking attention, or whatever the fucking case may be. She'd pull up and I wouldn't entertain the shit, dick her down and send her on her way. But I exchanged numbers with the fucking Taurus bitch, like, cause Chase. When I say Taurus, I'm gonna refer to Chase, cause I don't want to keep saying Chase. But y'all know that's who I'm talking about when I say the Taurus. So you get the Taurus, who's Chase, who's my most recently ex, and then I'm gonna be mentioning from time to time like the ex before her, which is the Gemini bitch. Some of y'all know the Gemini bitch from y'all. Some of y'all been around long enough to know the Gemini bitch. Dark skin, chocolate bitch, or whatever. I might post pictures, but really I probably won't. Anyways, so me and the Taurus bitch, we wound up exchange. She gave me her number. She slid in my so the Taurus slid in my fucking DMs. And this is what she said. I'll post the fucking picture if I can find it. She slid in my DMs and she said something like let's get rich together. Let's travel the world and get rich together, some shit. And like I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I wound up entertaining her. So long story short, we was on the phone, like she was popping her pussy on the phone. Like, and I really don't do the long distance, but she was like everything that my ex wasn't, even though she wasn't right in front of my face. Like she was, you know what I'm saying? She appeared to be independent. There was times where she would send me bread, you know what I'm saying? Here, just eat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not many times and not a lot of bread, but still, like, it's just the fact that she would send me like $5, $10, whatever the case may be, like a little bit here. It was just the fact, like, my ex, before her, I had never done no shit like that. And I didn't even know her, you know what I'm saying? Like, she really had no reason to really do any of those things for me, but she still was doing it. So I like that shit. Like, it was, like, it really made me look at her in a different light. Like, okay, you loyal. And I had been by my side of the Gemini bitch. I had been by her side for like 3 years taking care of her. And she wouldn't even give me $5 to put in my fucking tank to take her to work. So to get that energy, like, it was refreshing and shit. So she, you know what I'm saying? I was drawn to that. So anyways, we wound up exchanging shit. Long story short, we talked for a couple months. Not a lot, just a couple months and shit. And I knew she was a stripper bitch. I already knew like her lifestyle and some of the things that she was into. Like, I already knew, like, damn, like, in my mind I couldn't really take her serious because I knew, like, I didn't like some of the things she did, but I couldn't really call her on that because she wasn't my bitch. At that point, we was just like, I knew I wasn't even that invested into it. I just liked the way she treated me and I just wanted to see where it was going. Cool. So she wound up booking me tickets to fly me out to Atlanta because she was in Atlanta at the time handling some business or handling something with her. Still to this day, anything she's ever told me when it comes to like traveling the way we initially met, I don't believe based off of the person she showed me after the fact. So all this stuff I'm telling you she told me, now that all was probably some bullshit. But at that time, like, this is just what she was telling me and I had no reason to really call her on that or really like not believe her. And I really didn't care enough to be like, oh, like, you really my bitch, so like prove it. Like, I didn't care. So I was like, whatever. I didn't give a fuck. Whatever you say goes. I really don't care. So she was flying me out because she happened to be in Atlanta, even though she lived in Vegas. She was in Atlanta to deal with some shit or whatever the fuck. So she wanted to fly me out while she was out there and get like a little Airbnb and all this extra shit. Even though she had a crib in Atlanta that she claimed that she was renting out to Airbnb, which come to find out she was really renting out to her African sugar daddy or whoever the fuck this African nigga was who helped her get her fucking car. It's not even in her name and all this other extra shit, right? So, but that I feel energy, so I already was like I knew not to really like believe her or trust in her. So that's why like I really was like whatever. I went along with her because she was still a chill vibe, but like I knew to have my guard up with her and not to really trust anything she said because like I'm not no goofy ass nigga. Like, come on now, who you think you playing? Anyways, so she flew me. She booked tickets to fly me out there because she wanted me to go out there while she was out there, and I was like cool. But my ass fucking missed the flight, and so, knowing that she had booked all this shit and she had all these plans, there was no plan. She just booked a nice Airbnb that we were gonna sit at, like a bubble Airbnb, and we were gonna be underneath like the stars or some shit. So she was kind of bummed about that. But I felt bad. Because I was like, damn, this girl put in this effort and shit, and I just missed the fucking flight. So, and I had a car, so I'm like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna drive down there at least to show her like I'm not trying to play you and waste your money type shit. Even though I still knew like I was nonchalant about the shit. Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, I cared enough to care about the principle, but I still didn't know Shorty. Like, you know, I still, like, knew the things she did, so it wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh my God. Like, I really wasn't like, let me go to war for it. It was just like, whatever. And my homie at the time already wanted to go down to Atlanta, so it was like, fuck it, let's ride together. We rode together. Cool. So I linked up with Shorty, and long story short, we kicked it. There was no problems while I was with her in Atlanta. It was time for me to drive back to North Carolina, where I'm from, where I stay. She was like, she wanted to ride with me. She's like, can I go with you? I'm like, fuck it, yeah, you can come with me. you know, I'll just take her back to my crib. Anyways, we wanted to drive back, and I got into the whole little legal situation. We can get into all that, not with her, but with somebody else. I got into this whole legal situation, and this is the pivoting point of like our relationship. What really made me decide like I was gonna fuck with her heavy is because after we got back from Atlanta or whatever, she drove some of the way, which I really appreciated because she really didn't have to drive. So she drove some of the way, and then I drove like the last minute. She drove the whole way, actually, I'm not gonna lie. And then I drove maybe like the last little 30 minutes or whatever. So I wound up getting in this whole legal situation. I wound up getting arrested. I was in jail for probably like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. I was in jail. And during that time, you know, that was when I was still fucking with my ex. Like I told you about the Gemini bitch that I took care of and all this other shit. And I never, like, she was a whole bum bitch. I never really, like, needed her for shit. I always took care of myself and took care of us, took care of her. But for this one, like, particular point, like, even though we weren't together, I was locked up. So I felt like, damn, like, I was talking to the Taurus bitch, like, hey, call my Gemini bitch and let her know I'm in jail. You got the fucking money to get me out, and she'll just sign me out because she got North Carolina ID. Well, I really don't know what the fuck the Taurus bitch says to the Gemini bitch while I was in jail. But I guess they had words, they exchanged words. You know how bitches is, flexing. Now's not the time for that. Either way, the Taurus bitch was like, said something to my ex bitch to piss her the fuck off. So she was like, she wasn't gonna get me out of jail. Cool, whatever. Like, that shit really showed, because I don't give a fuck, like, what type of situation I'm in. Like, you shouldn't have me sitting in jail, bitch. Because there was a time, even when both of us got locked up together, and I got me in that bitch out. Like, I don't play that shit. So the fact that she was willing to have me sit up in there, like, it spelled. So the Taurus bitch, like, she left me in jail, and she flew back to Vegas claiming that she had to get money, right? At this point, I'm looking at it like, oh, she loyal, she going back to get me money. Now that I actually know her, I'm realizing, like, no, you pretty much just left me, and then whenever you decided to get the chump change and get me out, you was gonna get me out, because knowing what I know about her now when it comes to money and when it comes to all her like little sugar daddies and all her little like, you know, clients and all her little fans, whatever the fuck she be doing, selling pussy pics and pussy videos and whatever the fuck she be doing for videos, selling to these niggas on the side. Like, I still sat in jail, so really you was capping like you flew and whatever, like whatever. So either way, I'm looking at it like, okay, she flying to go get some money, make this money and get me out. It wasn't a lot to get me out, it really wasn't. But I still needed like a North Carolina signature. So she was saying that she had the fucking money, but every time that she was saying that she had the money, little things would happen where she had to use some of the money. Or I don't know, she was just making excuses. Like, there was the one time I was locked, like when I was in jail, we were on the phone and she was like, she was gonna go meet with this nigga and she was gonna get some money from him to get me out of jail and shit. Like, and knowing what I know about her now, it's like, nah, bitch, like, you're full of shit. You was just meeting with these niggas. That's the type of lifestyle you live. Like, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So at that point, I'm just like, cool. I'm just looking at it like, whoever's loyal to me, you being loyal, like, my Gemini bitch just left me in the fucking, and it left me to fucking rot pretty much, like on some fuck you nigga shit. So I'm looking at the Taurus bitch like, damn, like my loyalty's lie with you because you the one that's like really going hard to get me out. You feel me? Like, that's how I'm looking at it, even though I'm dumb as fuck because that's not the case. So cool. Long story short, we wound up paying a little crackhead. We wound up paying a crackhead to just sign for me. She got the money, cash out my fucking bondsman, and then I got out and shit. So I was chilling, and then maybe like less than a week later, she flew me out to Vegas where she was staying in this new apartment that she had just got that wasn't even in her fucking name, or I don't know what the fuck it was. New, there was no furniture in there, and it's not to say like we all start from somewhere, but I'm trying to like get you to see how hard I was riding with her, even though she was lying to me the whole time about who she was. So she flew me out or whatever. I'm like, cool. Mind you, I have court dates coming up and shit, but this is right before COVID really hit. So they were starting to shut shit down, and before they started shutting shit down, because I had flew out to Vegas and shit. Mind you, I'm out there. She got this new apartment. She's staying with her mama's in there, and she telling me that she moved her mom in because her mom was waiting to get this subsidized apartment, whatever the fucking case was. So she was saying that her mom was living with her, and it was only supposed to be temporary and all this other extra shit. So I'm just out there, and I was only supposed to be visiting the first like time that I was out there, but she just didn't want me to leave. And every time like her mom like was pressing her, like she was living like trying to live both sides, like trying to like lie to her mom, and then, you know what I'm saying, there was even a time where her mom had paid to book me a ticket because I was supposed to go back. And she was like saying that she ain't had the money to fly me back and shit. And this was right when COVID hit, so like really they shut everything down. Like everybody was struggling. So she said she ain't had the money to fly me back, so her mom booked my fucking ticket. We get in the fucking car, cause mind you, like she's living with her mama, so me and her get in the car. Her mom's at the crib. We drive all the way to the airport. She starts breaking down, crying about how she doesn't want me to go and shit. And I'm like, what are you gonna tell you? Like, what? I mean, your mom already booked the tickets. I gotta go. So she didn't let me get on. She didn't let me get on the fucking plane. I didn't even wind up going even into the airport. She just wound up driving back to the crib, and then wound up lying to her mom and telling her mom that we missed the flight or some crazy ass shit, like some retarded ass shit. And so that was the beginning of her like playing both sides of the fence, like lying to her mom because her mom really didn't fuck with me anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just so much crazy ass shit. There's so many stories. Like I don't know if I can even spend as much time telling you all these stories. I'm still in the beginning. I haven't even gotten to like the middle or the end of any of this shit. But I had to tell you the beginning so you understand how everything wound up falling to shit. Anyways, I'm gonna take a little mini break and try to gather my thoughts, my roll this fucking blunt because I don't want to do it on camera. I'm taking another shot. And then I'm gonna come back and tell you like kind of part 2 of, I'm gonna just make sure that I can pick up like in the process of like, it's the beginning stages, you know what I'm saying? So this is the beginning, like right when COVID hit of 2020 of like March, right? 2020 of March of last year. This is like the beginning phases of our relationship where I had flew out to Vegas to be with her essentially. And I'm going to tell you how it went downhill from there. So that was like the beginning of this. This part 1 was how we met initially and how I ended up being in Vegas with her and how it all went to shit and how I left everything to go be with this girl who shitted on me pretty much. Like, I don't give a fuck what story she tells. We all got our perspectives and I'll let you come to your conclusions. But